A liar is a liar is a liar. You've crossed the line and violated the law over and over again. You're an arrogant, corrupt, condescending, conceited, self-important braggart bully, and you no longer deserve to be called a governor of the great state of New York. Pervert.
I truly and deeply apologize for it. I feel awful about it.
The hypocrisy of the left is center stage as Democrats refuse to force Andrew Cuomo to resign. Not a surprise, as their phony fight for the moral and ethical high ground is only important when a Republican is in the crosshairs. Nothing could be more disgraceful. It is legend that Andrew Cuomo is a bully and a repeated liar. In fact, we learned this week that he started cooking the books and altered the nursing home reports as early as July, when he started writing his book on leadership. But we just learned he is so much more. He is a serial sexual harasser and a predator at the workplace, where manipulation and control is easily exerted by the boss, the one with a sense of entitlement, the one in control, and the one where people around him do and say what he wants or else. 3 women who were brave enough to come forward with details that unquestionably put him in the category of a classic sexual harasser, a predator. And this is not about politics. This has nothing to do with party affiliation. This is about unwanted, unsolicited sexual aggression and manipulation leveraged by arguably the most powerful man in New York, the governor of the state. A man we already know from the nursing home scandal is seemingly impervious to accountability and consequence. This week, he had this to say about the sexual harassment claims.
It was unintentional, and I truly and deeply apologize for it. I feel awful about it.
Okay, Andrew, so you never intended to harm or offend anyone? Nice try, Andrew. Your intent is not relevant here. It's not about your intent. It's about the atmosphere you created for your victims. Charlotte Bennett, your executive assistant and health policy advisor, recounted not one, but multiple instances of inappropriate communications by you, such as asking her if her experience as a sexual assault survivor affected her sex life. You made it clear to her that you were comfortable being with anyone over the age of 22, that you were lonely, and that you were looking for a girlfriend. Andrew, who are you to ask a young woman, 1/3 your age, who works for you, a sexual assault survivor, if she's comfortable having sex with men? Are you a therapist? You have no right to ask an employee about her sexual likes and dislikes, pervert. And Charlotte did what she was supposed to do under New York law. She made a complaint, a legally recognized recent outcry to your chief of staff and your chief counsel in 2020. She immediately expressed a fear of retaliation by you, and as we have come to know from the nursing home scandal, your counsel and your chief of staff circled the wagons, and instead of assuring her, protecting her, and encouraging her to participate in a thorough investigation as required by law, one that you signed, Andrew, she was simply transferred and nothing further was done. Your top staff failed in their legally required obligations to refer to the governor's office of employee relations. So you sexually harassed your employee with impunity. And you have the unmitigated gall to stand before us and say this?
I fully support a woman's right to come forward. And I think it should be encouraged in every way.
Really, Andrew? In every way they should come forward? Except the legally required way that you and your staff denied Charlotte Bennett. Now, victim number 2, Anna Rush, says that you grabbed the small of her bare back at a wedding and that you cupped her face with both hands asking if you could kiss her. But this is what you would tell the public.
I never touched anyone inappropriately. I never touched anyone inappropriately.
You're a liar, Andrew, a liar. Take a look at this picture. You're a predator. She looks terrified. You are twice her size, twice her age. You are grabbing her publicly and no one is coming to her aid. What gives you the right to grab a woman's back, a woman you don't even know, to grab her face with both your hands in an effort to kiss her? And you did it in public? How many times have you gotten away with this kind of behavior? And Lindsay Boylan, victim number 3, was your former chief of staff of the State Economic Agency. She stated that you sexually harassed her for years and made advances toward her that were both verbal and physical, that you requested sexual favors, and that you engaged in coy games suggesting a look at a cigar box with a reference to Bill Clinton. And I'm pretty sure we all know what that's about. And that during one meeting, you actually kissed her. Your response?
I never knew at the time I was making anyone feel uncomfortable.
A liar is a liar is a liar. Now, if you Google sexual harassment in New York State, the first article that comes up reads, Governor Cuomo and New York State are leading the nation with new laws to combat sexual harassment in the workplace. Under your law, Andrew, you're required to have training in sexual harassment, which statutorily doesn't need to be severe or even pervasive to be illegal. It makes clear that intent to harass the victim is not necessary, and even more relevant to you and your lying staff is that supervisors and managerial personnel who knowingly allow the behavior to continue or do not follow the required guidelines of an investigation must be sanctioned. So, Governor, your chief of staff, your chief counsel, and anyone in the chain of command in the Charlotte Bennett case or the Lindsay Boylan case who knowingly allowed this to continue must be sanctioned. And Andrew, what sanctions were imposed against you? Obviously none, because you were protected like the bully boss that you are. The little people, whether they're victims of sexual assault, sexual harassment, elder abuse, criminally negligent homicide, victims of elder crime, they don't matter to you in your desperate, pathetic desire for power and control. It's the reason your staff is now dropping like flies. And if any of them are listening, I would recommend they obtain counsel as soon as possible. Andrew, your time is up. You've not only bullied too many people, you've crossed the line and violated the law over and over again. You're an arrogant, corrupt, condescending, conceited, self-important braggart bully. You're a blight on the state of New York, and you no longer deserve to be called a governor of the great state of New York. Pervert.